on? How y'all living? How y'all living? Tasha checking in with another video. And this is going to be none other than a hot topic review on Mr. Tyler Perry. Yeah, he's up next. And I always say this, I'm like, what celebrity is going to be up next that we're going to be able to talk about? Now, this is a great break from the Diddy trial, even though during this video, I'm going to give you all a few little sprinkle of some Diddy updates. But however, Tyler Perry is up next on the docket. So if it's your first time being here, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section what you think about this, and go ahead and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. Okay, we have a good, great time over here. All right, so I do a plethora of things on this channel, but it seems like as of lately, we've just been talking about all this celebrity drama, celebrity news that's going on. And so when something comes up that I think is interesting, I'm going to come out and I'm definitely going to give you all the sauce of what's going on. Okay, so get on in the room, share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm gonna say this. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by Tyler Perry. Now, if y'all don't know who Tyler Perry is, in case you've been living under a rock, in case you just don't know, you don't keep up with celebrity news and all that other stuff. Tyler Perry is a television mogul. Okay, he came out back in the day with plays. He did a bunch of plays. His main character that everyone fell in love with is Medea. He dresses up as this elderly woman who is just nuck if you buck type lady, like loves to keep up drama, loves to keep up fights and things like that. And so people grew to love that character and love his plays. He went into the church circuit first. And now that I'm older and I can look back at it, I do not like the way that he kind of played on the church's minds and money and stuff like that to get notoriety. So he went into the church circuit first and doing all these plays and things like that. And that's how he began to grow a name for himself. If you remember back in the 90s, everybody had the DVDs and people were watching the plays and everybody thought it was comical. Okay, so fast forward, he began to grow a name for himself. What's up? Welcome to the live. He began to grow a name for himself, and that particular name drew him to create movies and shows. And he has his own studio here in Atlanta, Georgia, where he does a lot of his TV shows and movies and things of the such. Okay, so Tyler Perry, we all know him. He really just he pours into the community. He does a lot of different things and everything like that. So everyone is saying, they kind of love the Tyler Perry. What's up, Glitch the Second? Sophia, what's going on? We talking about Tyler Perry. He has a lawsuit out. He is the next celebrity. So y'all already know I've been reporting on several celebrities that got stuff going on my channel. So we talked about Diddy. Of course, he got his thing going on. We talked about Smokey Robinson. He had a lawsuit going on. We talked about Shannon Sharp. He had a lawsuit going on. Now the next celebrity up is Mr. Tyler Perry, and we're going to get into what's going on in this lawsuit. Okay, so Tyler Perry has a show that is called Ruthless and a show that's called The Oval. Okay, one of the actors on that said show is filing this lawsuit, and his name is Derek Dixon. Now, if y'all not familiar with those shows, The Oval is the one where he talks about the president, the reckless president in the White House and things like that, and all the drama going on there, right? And then Ruthless is some type of cult show. I tried to get into it, but it just got really too graphic. And in my opinion, Tyler Perry plays and movies always have a lot of trauma, triggers, and drama all throughout it. And it's always the same plot line in most of the things that he does. And it begins to have you question, like, what happened in your life, Tyler, that you keep putting on this type of content out here in the streets. Okay. And so the Oval is the one that we most notably know Derek Dixon in. Okay, so Derek Dixon on the Oval, he plays the character Dale. So Dale is this person that kind of escaped the cult from Ruthless, and so his character kind of shifted from Ruthless over into Oval. So he escaped this cult on Ruthless, and he went over into Oval, into this town, and he started working, and he met some of the characters from the Oval, and then he started to have a role there. So he is suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. Okay. Why is he suing him for that much? Because he is claiming years of sexual harassment that Tyler Perry used his power and notoriety to hold his role over his head. And for that reason, he is now suing him for this at the tune of $60 million. Now, that is a large amount of money. And when you are suing somebody for that large amount of money, you better make sure you come with the receipts. And he actually did. Now, if you are tune into the Shade Room, or even if you Google it, he dropped several text messages between him and Tyler Perry that were very kind of a little freaky a little bit in those text messages. Like, they didn't get too detailed, right? But it was some cause for pause with some of the stuff that Tyler Perry was saying to him and that he was saying back to Tyler Perry. Okay. Derek Dixon, and of course y'all know I'm gonna take some good old notes. Okay. So if I look down, that's what I'm doing. He filed a lawsuit in LA, and this happened a couple of days ago. He is accusing Perry of using his influence in the entertainment industry to create a cohesive sexual exploitative dynamic, okay, while on the shows of Oval and Ruthless. So he's saying while he was on them shows, Tyler Perry was acting up. Okay, he was doing the most, and he was coming onto him and doing all type of crazy things. Okay, he claims Perry promised him a successful acting career, but then subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assaults, and battery, and professional retaliation when he did not reciprocate Perry's unwanted advances. Okay. So basically, he's saying that if he didn't do whatever Tyler Perry wanted him to do, he was going to make his life a living hell and make sure that basically you never work in this town again type situation. Okay. Perry's lawyers came out and they said, you know what? This is a scam. This is a money grab. Of course, that's what they all say, right? All of the lawyers all come out and they say the same thing. This is a money grab. This is a scam. This is something that is just heinous. My client would never do this. However, Hollywood is so weird these days. We don't know what these people are doing behind closed doors. Now, all of this is allegedly. We do not know if this is the gospel or the truth. Okay, that's what I I kind of say the gospel sometimes when I'm saying the truth, but we don't know that to be true. However, we cannot discount it because of the text messages that was released and the fact that Tyler Perry, you know, for me personally, I have always seen him as a person that is blurring the lines between what he claims his faith to be and what he actually believes in real life. He kind of is always on that fence, and I always thought that he could seem a little on the LGBTQ-ish side because of the things that he puts into his shows and his movies and all of that. Okay. Um, we go on. My notes say Dixon met Perry back in 2019 at a work event for Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. They talked over several months about his acting career. Now, what I always wondered to myself is why do these victims wait so long to come out with the information? Like, if something happened to you and you were assaulted, why do you wait so long? And my theory is that he waited so long because of Tyler Perry being this powerful figure and everything, and he wanted to continue to work and make his money and try to just avoid all these sexual experiences with him. And so that's why he waited so long. And then on top of that, in this generation, a lot of victims are coming forward because of one person that comes forward, then they feel comfortable and safe. If nothing happens to that person, then I can come forward and I can tell my story as well. So I'm thinking that's why he waited so long and he's finally just now coming forward. The lawsuit claims that Perry made numerous sexual comments and remarks about wanting a sexual relationship and made several advances on Dixon, which he rejected. So Dixon is saying he made all these advances, but he rejected them. Okay. However, I always side eye certain situations and I try to look at both sides of the spectrums, right? Because in my opinion, if you rejected his advances, wouldn't he then have kicked you off of the show or killed your character off of the show, right? But Dale, the character on the Oval that this man plays, continue to stay on this show. However, we're going to get into why I think that he might have made him a little unhappy. Okay. My notes go on to say that Perry offered him roles on Ruthless and The Oval. Okay. If he did not engage with Perry in the way that he wanted, he would kill him off of the show and he wouldn't make it to next season. He says that Perry will hold this over his head and said his character Dale um would not survive if Perry wasn't happy. Okay. So Tyler Perry was telling him, and this is all allegedly, if you don't please me and make me happy, your character is going off the show. Okay. So the lawsuit cites several incidents, right, where Perry allegedly sexually assaulted Dixon. Okay. Now, Dixon accused Perry of interrogating him over his sexual interest in a trailer one day, okay, on the set of The Oval. He said that Perry pinned him up against a wall and Dixon refused him and left the trailer. Dixon said he left his role on The Oval and rejected writing jobs that Tyler Perry had offered him due to the harassment. Now, if y'all are watching The Oval, I watch The Oval in and out. Like, I haven't watched it in a while, but Dale's character on The Oval ended up getting in some type of accident where Dale is in the hospital. So my theory is that Tyler Perry is like, if you don't please me, your character is going off the show. Now, I don't really know if Dale character is off of the show because, like I said, I haven't watched it in a while. But the fact that he is in the hospital on the show makes me think and allude to the fact that his character is very much exiting off of the show. Now, what I just read is that he actually left the show. So he probably just left the show altogether. And he says because of the sexual harassment and all of that. However, I would believe that he would be in a contract with Tyler Perry. So I don't know how easy it was for him to really leave the show, but they say that he's gone off of the show. So I pulled up a few other things that came from the New York Times, if y'all want to check that out. And we're going to just read a few little pointers on that. And then I'm going to give y'all a few little Diddy updates. Okay. Just a couple, not too much, because today at the Diddy trial, it went down a little bit and the court only lasted for like 30 minutes. So I only got like a five little things to tell y'all about that. Okay. So on the New York Times, it says that Perry began sending Mr. Dixon sexually suggestive text messages according to the lawsuit, which included images of messages sent between the men. Okay. In one episode mentioned in the lawsuit in 2020, Mr. Perry invited Mr. Dixon to his home in Douglasville, Georgia, near Atlanta, where the two had drinks. And Mr. Dixon spent the night in a guest room. During the night, Mr. Perry got into bed with Mr. Dixon and began rubbing Dixon's body around his inner thigh in a highly sexual, suggestive manner, according to the lawsuit. Mr. Dixon jumped out of bed and told Mr. Perry that he wasn't that hold on, told Mr. Perry that he wasn't that sexual, according to the lawsuit. Okay, so this is wild. Okay, now I'm just going to say this: you can't put nothing past these celebrities. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know, but Tyler Perry does give a little gay tease, just a little bit for me. That's what I think, and especially because of the things that he put in his said shows. All right, and so Mr. Dixon, all of this is allegedly I will keep my ear to the streets about this. It also goes on to say that afterward, Mr. Dixon ignored, after this sexual encounter at this guest house he stayed in, he ignored Tyler Perry's text messages until Mr. Perry offered him a role in the Oval, according to the lawsuit. So apparently this happened before he got on the Oval, but as soon as Tyler said, I'm offering you a role in the Oval, then he responded to his text messages. So this is what makes me think that I believe him, but then I don't believe him, because at the same time, if this any man that is, first of all, I don't know if Mr. Dixon is a straight man or what, right? On the show Oval, he plays a gay guy. So I'm not sure, right? However, if you were saying you do not want these advances and he assaulted you at his home in his bed, if he texts you and offered you a role, why would you take said role, knowing you were going to have to be around this man and see this man? And if that was a very horrible situation for you, right? But a lot of these people that's trying to break into the industry, they end up taking these roles when they have been assaulted by these celebrities, just so they can get a name for themselves or get money for themselves. Listen, nothing is worth you losing your soul over a role or over getting a bag, right? The story ends up to say, hold on, y'all, let me make sure. Okay, so the lawsuit also describes an incident in 2021 when Mr. Dixon spent the night at Tyler Perry's house and claims that when Mr. Perry asked for a goodnight hug, he pulled down Mr. Dixon's underwear and began to vigorously grab, grope, and play with Dixon's buttocks in a sexual manner. Now, this is wild. This is almost like a Diddy trial situation right here with Tyler Perry, right? Why are you playing with this man booty? What is going on, Tyler Perry? Okay. And this is all allegedly. All right. But that is what Mr. Dixon is claiming that Tyler Perry had did to him. Now, my thing is this happened back in 2021. We in 2025. Mr. Dixon, why did you continue to deal with this man if he was groping you, doing all this stuff to you, just so you could be a writer and be in the industry? Listen, it is not worth it. Okay. You can make money other ways, or you could find another way to be in the industry. There are some people in this industry. I do still believe that there are some good people in the industry where you can make the money, still, be an actor or actress or whatever, and not have to deal with these horrible big wig players that are sexual deviants, right? But I think that there is gatekeeping in the industry, definitely. And I think that there are several people that are at the top, and those people have a large influence, in the industry. So sometimes maybe these people feel like they got to play the game or try to get away from them or stay away from them and just kind of like go through the process of just whatever it is so that they can get on top. I guess I don't know, but for me, I wouldn't do it, right? So the story goes on to say that Mr. Perry has built a media empire. They talk about his empire, Tyler Perry Studios, empire with an array of popular television shows, movies depicting Black life in America, including Medea films and all of that. So we all know that is who Tyler Perry is. However, what do y'all think about this lawsuit on Tyler Perry? Do y'all believe Mr. Dixon, Mr. Derek Dixon? Do y'all believe that he's going to win this lawsuit of $260 million? Okay. Do y'all think that Tyler Perry did something like this? Tyler Perry is still very much beloved amongst the Black community, right? Even though personally for me, I think that he's a sellout, and I'm just going to be honest. Okay. I think that he has helped the Black community in some ways with some jobs and different things like that. But I do think that he is a sellout. I think that he used the church in the beginning to get his name out there. And once he got his name out there, he kicked the church to the curb and he just started being real reckless. Okay. What's up, Janae? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So, me personally, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I do feel like that these people, that there is wickedness in high places. And I do feel like Tyler Perry is one of them people that's in high places. Okay. Just off of the images alone, when I was doing this research, it gives me like a little gay tease. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know what Tyler Perry is doing, but do not put it past these people. Even people that's your favorite celebrity that you love could be out here in these streets having a really reckless, filthy past. And so I'm not saying that, Derek Dixon is telling the truth. However, we cannot discount what he's saying because he is a victim and he did unleash some text messages, even though in those text messages, they didn't seem horrible, but it did allude to some like sexual tension between them two just a little bit. Okay. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole Tyler Perry lawsuit. Do y'all believe it? Or what? I'm gonna get on to the next thing I'm gonna talk about real quick. Diddy updates. Okay, because I've been covering this trial, right? And so I wanted to give y'all a few little updates before we got off of here. So Diddy updates. So y'all remember the last time I reported to y'all, juror number 6 possibly was going to be excused from the case because he lied about his living. They wanted all the jurors to kind of live within the New York City area. And so this guy claimed that he was living in the Bronx, but then he goes and says, well, he moved with his fiance to New Jersey. So it was a lot of back and forth, back and forth. And so the judge had to decide if he wanted to keep the juror on the Diddy case. And so the judge decided yesterday to let this juror go. And I'm just like, dang, judge, just because he moved, I mean, dang, why did he have to live right in New York? But that was a part of the protocol. And so they did dismiss the juror number 6. Okay. And it's a lot of things going on with this jury on this trial. And y'all gonna see what I'm talking about in a minute. So not only did he get dismissed, right, y'all, another juror is possibly going to get dismissed. Also, a second juror for talking about the trial to a former colleague. So I don't know what he said to this colleague, but he been up here discussing this case to this former colleague. And y'all already know that when you get on a trial, especially one that is a high criminal trial like this Diddy case, you can't just be up here running your mouth. And that's why I'm glad I'm not on the trial, because baby, the way I would have been on these YouTube streets, they would have kicked me out of the trial, right? Okay, and so today, the court was canceled today, and it was due to a juror's health. So court did go in session, but it only lasted for like 30 minutes because one of the jurors had a vertigo incident. Now they were on their way to the court. They ended up not feeling well, having a vertigo incident, and they turned around and went home. And so court did not happen today. Today, Brendan Paul, the drug mule that got arrested back when Diddy first got arrested, and that was dealing with him up until this time, was supposed to have testified today. But because of the whole juror situation with the third juror, I'm like, what's up with the jurors? Is Diddy targeting the jurors? Does he have somebody messing with these jurors? Okay, I don't know. But that particular juror got sick, and so they canceled the trial. Now, because of Juneteenth, which is tomorrow, they are not going to have court. So we will not have a Diddy court case on tomorrow. They will resume on Friday, June 20th. Okay. Now, they're saying that they're going to be looking at on that day that Diddy faces some damages from a penthouse hotel to the tune of $46,784. My Lord, why are you wasting that? That's just a waste of money. The waste of money. You could still have a good time at a hotel without having to damage it to the tune of that amount of money, right? And so the trial, I heard two things about this trial right now. It's supposed to wrap up by July 4th, meaning that they're supposed to come down and give their verdict about the trial, and we're supposed to close it out, and we're supposed to know Diddy's fate by that time. And then I also heard that this trial is supposed to wrap on Friday, as in the prosecution is going to rest their case on Friday. Now, those are the two things that I heard. Now, I don't know which one is valid and true. I'm going to go with the wrapping up the trial around the July 4th weekend, because of the mere fact that these other jurors, they got some issues going on. So I'm thinking that they're going to try to wrap it at that point. However, we might get it extended because of this juror situation. So I'm not sure. But those are the updates that I have on the Diddy trial. If you all want more updates, I do cover this trial on my channel, so you can go back and you can watch some of the previous videos that I've done on the Diddy trial if you want to cover it. So this video was strictly mainly on the Tyler Perry lawsuit. If you're just coming in, hey y'all, hey, I'm Tasha checking in with this video. Go ahead and like this video up and subscribe to the Redefine Me channel. We have a good, great time over here, okay? And so let me know what y'all think. Shout out to the Replay Gang. If y'all believe that Tyler Perry has actually committed a sexual assault against Derek Dixon. Now, if y'all don't know who Derek Dixon is, he is on The Oval, and he does play the character Dale on The Oval, if you all watch The Oval. He was also on Ruthless for a little bit. I couldn't really get into Ruthless. It was too ruthless. I just did not. I tried to watch Ruthless, and Ruthless is about this cult. I think it's a cult called the Rockadushis or Rockadeshis or whatever. And so they go through this cult like situation and everything, and they talk about all the issues that go on within the cult. I tried to get into it, but it got too graphic, too sexually graphic, and I just couldn't do it. So I stopped watching the show. The Oval, I have watched that a little bit more. And that one is just okay. I mean, it talks about the White House and the president drama and everything that goes on between there. Okay, so you most see Dale on The Oval, Derek Dixon's character. So if y'all want to go look him up, that's the show that he's on. So he's claiming Tyler Perry did some reckless stuff. So I don't know, man. Like I always say, Hollywood is Holly weird. I don't know what these people are doing within that industry, but when you mix power, fame, and a lot of money, there is no limit to what these people possibly can and will do, because they feel like, who's going to check me, boo? That's how they feel. And so it's kind of like, You cannot discount what somebody is saying. Now, of course, Tyler Perry lawyer came out and denied these claims and said that this is a money grab, but that's what they're going to say. Like, they're not going to actually come out and say, you know what, yeah, Tyler Perry did it. They're not going to say that, right? What they are going to do is, of course, what they're paid to do is defend their client. So I don't know. I don't know. I always, like I said, looked at Tyler Perry a little sidebar, because if y'all remember his plays back in the day, he used to have the most beautiful looking men in these plays. Y'all remember the man with the locks? I remember this man that was in one of his plays. Buff chocolate dude had locks in his hair, and everybody in the audience, when the dude came out, they was just like, "Oh my god!" So he's always had the best looking men in all of his productions, movies, plays, and all of that. Now I ain't saying that mean he a little, but listen, we don't know. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all go ahead and like this video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and get the chat popping with some comments. So y'all, this is my birthday weekend. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Friday is my birthday, and so I'm going to be going to New Orleans, and so I may not come out and do anything on the Diddy case. However, I am going to do like a birthday vlog or something like that. I may even go live and share what's going on in New Orleans and what we all are getting into. Janae says, Tyler Perry always give a little sus. Yes, which is fine if that's the deal, but don't be a creep with it. And that's my thing. He does to me. He gives a little, and even when they were showing the pictures of him, he had lip gloss on, and his lips was just kind of like, I was like, gay guys can pull out if a dude is gay or not, just like that. Like, I kind of look at a situation or a guy and I'd be like, okay, he looked like he a little, with that community, but I don't, I'm not for sure, because there have been guys that I've said I think they, a little suspect, but they turns out that they just have a higher pitched voice and they wasn't even like that, right? But then again, there was some guys that was like hardcore, I want rock rough and tough with my Afro Puffs type dude, and he was full on gay. So I don't know these days. Like, I just don't know. However, Tyler Perry has definitely always given me that. He seemed like he's very comfortable in the Medea role. I'm just saying. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I'm going to New Orleans for my birthday, child. And I am going to definitely probably do a birthday vlog or something, record some things. I may even go live depending on where we're at in New Orleans. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but yeah, I will be turning the good old 43 on Friday. And so yeah, y'all, I'm excited because it's gonna be me and two of my good girlfriends, and we're gonna go to New Orleans and we're gonna have a Stone Cold groove. So if I don't drop a birthday vlog, I'm definitely going to drop some photos in the community wall. New Orleans is fun. I've never been. This will be my first time going, and I've heard great things about New Orleans, especially the food. And so I'm really, really can't wait. So we are going to leave on Friday on my birthday, and we are going to come back on Sunday. And so on Sunday, I normally do come live with y'all, but yeah, June has been busy for me. I have been out of town since June has started. I literally have been out of town every weekend in this month. I think this weekend is the last weekend I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be out of town, and then I'm kind of going to be in Georgia. But the weekend before, last weekend, I went to Mississippi. My husband had his family reunion. We went to Mississippi. The weekend before that, I went to North Carolina for my aunt's birthday, her surprise 60th birthday party. Then a couple of weeks before that, my daughter graduated and I went to DC for her graduation. So I've been traveling, and this summer isn't even into full swing yet. I ain't even finished, child. I'm just like, child, by the time I get to the holidays, I don't know if I'm gonna have any PTO left. But that don't mean I'm still not going. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. If you missed the video, if you're just jumping in, go ahead and watch it back. It's not a really long video. I think this is one of my shortest videos I've ever done. But we did get into Tyler Perry and a few little Diddy updates. So y'all let me know what y'all think about everything that's going on. And I will talk to you all later. If I do not record anything or go live this weekend, I would definitely jump on Monday and give you all definitely motivational Monday, of course, and maybe chit chat with y'all about some Diddy little updates that happened on the Friday when they went into session. Okay, I honestly cannot wait until this trial is over because I'm loving the reporting of the trial, but in a way I feel like it's kind of repetitive because of everything that's going on. Every time you get someone on the stand, they're kind of saying the same thing, which makes me think that he's guilty of some of the crimes. I just said my predictions for Diddy is that he's going to get like probably 10 years in jail, right? I don't think he's going to get life, definitely not. But I think he's going to get like at least 10 years in jail because everybody that goes on the stand keeps saying the same thing. And everybody can't be lying. It's not like they got a group chat and saying this is what we're all going to say and this is what we're all going to do. So yeah, I don't know, but I hopefully it does wrap by 4th of July weekend because I do not want to carry the Diddy trial into August. I want us to move on past it, especially with Love After Lockup. Life After Lockup comes back on. Ain't nobody got time be up here still dealing with no Diddy trial. Okay. So anyway, y'all, that is all I have for y'all. Let me get off of here because I do have to work tonight and I want to get some rest and all of that, or a few more rest. Okay. And sidebar, it has been raining a lot. Now I am thankful to God for the rain, but it's been raining a lot. Like I'm here in Georgia. Earlier today, it was a lightning that was so loud that I jumped and I was in the house, right? But it's been raining a whole lot. And so I'm thankful that the weather report for this weekend for my birthday is going to be no rain in New Orleans. It's supposed to rain, I think, on Sunday, but it's like a 40% chance. Okay. So yeah, but it's been raining a lot. Let me know if where y'all at, if it's been really going down and raining a whole lot and doing the most. So, but anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. If you all want to follow me on my other social media platforms, I am on the good old TikTok. I do not know how to link it to this video while we're on live, but it is the Diamond Donna Shop. Okay, that's TheDiamondOnnaShop. The Diamond Donna Shop. That is on all platforms. That is on TikTok. That is on Instagram. And what else? What else I got? And that's it on those two platforms. If you want to follow me on Facebook, my name is Natasha, Natosha, last name Johnson. If y'all want to follow me on Facebook, okay? Make sure you subscribe to this channel because we get it popping over here. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. I love y'all. Oh, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, y'all, before we leave. Y'all, we can do this. I feel like there's no reason why I cannot be at 1,000 subscribers by July. Now, all I need y'all to do is hit the subscribe button. It's free 99. Share this video out to your friends, family. Share any of my videos. Go on my page and just look at any video that seems interesting to you, any title, watch it, share it out. You know, let's get the subscribers going because I'm almost at 1K subscribers and I'm so excited about it. I feel like once I hit 1K subscribers, I might post on my community wall that I'm going to do something for the subscribers. I got to do something for y'all because this is super dope, right? So I don't know. Y'all give me some ideas which I think I should do. Maybe if we get to 1K subscribers, um, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta do something for y'all. I gotta do something for y'all. I have a drop shipping store, so maybe I'll do a discount code or something like that for you all to shop my drop shipping store. So I gotta do something for y'all. But we almost at 1K subscribers. But I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna give to you all as a thank you for rocking with me and subscribing to my channel. But what I really think I'm gonna do is do a discount code for my drop shipping store, and I have a plethora of items on there. I'm gonna drop that link to the drop shipping store and allow you all to get like 10, 15% off for any item that you buy over there on my good old eBay drop shipping store. So that's probably what I'm going to do if we hit 1,000 subscribers. So if we get to the 1,000, look out for the discount code because I got a lot of stuff on that store and you're gonna love it. I'm telling y'all. So that's the goal. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We can by July. By July. There's no reason why we can't do it by July. And then once we hit the 1K subscribers, make sure your notification button is on. I'm going to drop my eBay store, and I'm going to also make sure I drop a discount code for y'all to go on that eBay store and be able to shop and get like 10 maybe 10 to 15% off on whatever you shop on the store. Okay. All right, y'all. So I love y'all. I got a lot of money making opportunity things that I have just got into as of recently. And once I get all of the information, I'm gonna come out and do a video because I know some of y'all want to leave that 9 to 5, right? And I got some really, really great things to help y'all do that. So I'm gonna do a separate video on that as well once I get all the information about it. And I'm telling y'all, these things, if you stick with it, it works, works, works. Okay. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.